Hi, and welcome to Kidney Plugged In. On this episode, we feature the first of our three-part series titled A Kidney Patient's Journey on Peritoneal Dialysis. So don't go anywhere, because part one is coming up next right here on Kidney Plugged In.
Welcome to a three-part series on a patient's journey with peritoneal dialysis. Dialysis is a life-saving treatment for kidney disease, a disease with no cure. There are different types of dialysis treatment, and one important decision for kidney patients, once they learn they need dialysis, is to choose which treatment option is best for them. Joining us to share their experiences with peritoneal dialysis is the mother and daughter duo, Sunita and Ranita. In this series, these ladies will talk about their feelings when they first learned dialysis was their reality, the conversations they had with their healthcare team, and the considerations that came into play in making their dialysis choice. They will take us back to those first PD treatments and describe what it felt like, what their training and support looked like, and how the power of technology and modern science helped them to stay connected and cope in isolating times. Stay tuned as they share their words of wisdom and hear how they managed their new life on dialysis. Well, welcome, ladies. Thanks so much for joining us today on Plugged In.
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Deb.
Renita, why don't we start with you and maybe just tell us a little bit about how you were first diagnosed with kidney disease.
In about 2015, I was diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, and it was a very onset sudden thing that had happened. Pretty much, I was at the theaters one day and just over time trying to walk up the stairs. I was short of breath, retaining a lot of water, went into the hospital. When I came back to the hospital, the doctors had asked me if I knew I had stage 4 kidney disease. And I said no, and they're like, well, your kidneys are failing. So that's how I was diagnosed.
And you were diagnosed sort of many years before your mom. So over to you, Sunita. Maybe just tell us a little bit about how you first discovered that you had kidney disease.
In January 2020, I got E. coli and I ended up in the hospital, and I was there for a month. During that time, doctors found out that I'm having kidney failure. So they quickly tried to take action while I was in the hospital. They put me on hemodialysis. So I was there on hemo. I've been going 3 days for eight hours per day. So after 1 year, they transferred me from one hospital to the other. And that's the time they requested for PD, since I asked for it. So they put me on PD. They trained me, and now I'm on PD, and I'm loving it. It is so good.
It's good to hear you've had such a positive experience, and we'll deep dive into a few of those pieces, Sunita. But just going back, the E. coli, was that what led to the kidney disease?
Her root cause of kidney failure is actually due to diabetes, though.
Yeah, I was a diabetic patient.
So it's like over time, because of the diabetes, that was the main cause of her kidney failure. The E. coli is what made her go to the hospital. Yeah. And then that's when the doctors found out that, oh, your kidneys are shutting down on you.
For both of you, after you've been diagnosed, you were both told at some point that you did need to go on dialysis. Renita, you were first up. You were, diagnosed many years ago before your mom. So maybe just go back, and if you could just sort of paint a picture of what that felt like.
So with me, this is like a memory that I remember. And I tell everyone this story. When I was first diagnosed with my kidney disease, I was laying in the hospital bed, and the nurse came in and told me, you know what, you're gonna have to start dialysis. And I told her, I'm like, no, I am not doing dialysis over my dead body. She goes, okay, I'll send the doctor in to talk to you. The doctor came in, looked at me and said, okay, kid, you got 3 months to live if you don't want to do dialysis. And he walked out of the room. I cried. And I sat there and said, okay, I guess to live, I need to do dialysis. It was like pretty much tough love, but that's how my story started, with going on dialysis.
Can you imagine losing most of something without realizing it? Over time, kidney disease can destroy up to 80% of kidney function before you notice any symptoms. Talk to your family doctor to see if you're at risk and need to be screened. It could save your life.
When you said you didn't want to go on dialysis, why was that? Was there something that you were fearing about dialysis? What was driving your initial thoughts around that?
At the time, I was 31 years old, going from a lifestyle of going out, hanging out with my friends, to all of a sudden ending up in a hospital bed. And then the horror stories I heard about dialysis, I honestly did not even know what PD or peritoneal dialysis was. I only knew of hemodialysis. So in my head, I was like, here goes my life. I'm going to be stuck in a hospital 3 times a week, hooked up to machines. Blood's going to be coming in and out of me, which is what hemodialysis is. So that's what I thought that was my only option, and that's what my life was going to end up with. So that's why I denied it at first. But then when the nurses and doctors told me, you have other options, which is peritoneal dialysis, which is what they suggested for me because of my age. And also they said I was obviously I was able to do it. Physically, I was able to do it. So that's why they suggested peritoneal dialysis.
Now for Sunita, you started on hemodialysis. Yeah. So maybe yes. I can just ask you the same question. When you were first told that you needed to begin dialysis, obviously you had seen your daughter's experience, so you knew kind of what was coming, but it's probably still a shock. So what was going through your head when you were told that?
When I heard about my daughter, I cried day and night. I didn't cry that much when I heard about myself, but I cried a lot about my daughter, day and night. That was very scary thing for me. I really cried a lot. But then inside me said, if my daughter can, why can't I? That's the question. It came to me. And then I said, go for it. I've seen it. She has got a kidney now and she's doing all right. I want to go in that direction.
Both of you have talked about very positive experiences. And let's start with you, Ranita, because you were the first one to have it. You were saying a little bit earlier on about just lifestyle considerations and being so young. So what were some of the things that made PD so attractive to you?
Well, I was also a newlywed, so going on a honeymoon. If I was attached to hemodialysis, that would not have been an option to go somewhere for a honeymoon. So I did actually travel to Mexico for my honeymoon. And with peritoneal dialysis or PD, you're able to travel because all you take is your machine, you get all your solutions delivered to your destination. And it's just more of a normal lifestyle, I would say. It's the new normal. It's a new normal with PD because you do your dialysis overnight. So while you're sleeping, your dialysis is being done. You wake up in the morning. I was still able to go to work, and I cut down my hours because you still get tired, but I was still able to go to work a couple days a week. I wasn't attached to a machine. I didn't have to worry about, again, going to the hospital or going to a clinic to feel better. It was done for me every single night.
And I guess with you, Sunita, having seen the experience with your daughter, that made you feel that you were wanting to be on PD as well?
After experiencing, after 1 year being with the hemo, I couldn't go anybody's house, or I wasn't allowing anybody coming just because of COVID. So nobody was visiting. I was stuck at home. Even my husband goes shopping just to get out of the house. I would sit in the car. I would go, but I wouldn't get out of the car. I would stay in the car. My husband would go do the shopping and come back. And that was my only outing that time. Because of COVID, I couldn't go around or invite people. So that's the reason why I didn't like hemo. So until I got this machine, which does it at nighttime, 8 hours at night, and all day I'm free. So this is kind of a freedom for me. I have already been to my daughter's house with PD, but hemo I couldn't. I went there, I stayed a couple nights, came back, and I felt so good. And now I'm planning to go, waiting for the border to open so I can go to places and travel more with the machine.
More flexibility is what I certainly hear. Yes, for sure. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more with Sunita and Ranita.
I'm here at the brand new Express Plus location in North Vancouver with Return It President and CEO Alan Langdon. Alan, this Express location just opened. Please tell us about this exciting new facility.
Yeah, thanks, Elaine. So we're really excited and proud to be launching our new Return It Express Plus location here in North Vancouver, where consumers can drop off empty beverage containers, but as well textiles, electronics, light bulbs, small appliances and batteries, all at one central location. And as you can see, it's a quick and easy contactless format where consumers can just drop off their recyclables and go, all in under 2 minutes.
So this is truly recycling made easy and contactless. I'm curious about Express. How many British Columbians are currently using Express?
Yes, we've had a lot of positive consumer feedback on the system and the ability to drop off containers without having to count and sort. And currently we have over 160,000 customers registered in the program.
I think it's a good experience. It's really fast, it's convenient, it's easy, and it doesn't waste any of my time.
There's no lines, it's great.
I highly recommend it to all of our friends.
I've been using Express for probably 6 months now. The best part about Express is it's easy, it's convenient, and I can bring my daughter.
So how does it work?
Yeah, so all you need to do is create a free online Express account, put your empty beverage containers in a transparent bag, attach your account bag label, and then drop them off here or at any other Express location, and we'll do the rest. We'll sort and count the beverage containers and credit a refund to your online Express account.
Think you know Return It? Think again. With Return It Express, there's no sorting required. Lineups are a thing of the past. It's fast and easy. With refunds deposited right into your online account, you'll be in and out in a flash. Sign up today and go Express.
So how many Express locations are there currently across BC?
So currently we have over 80 Express locations across British Columbia with many more underway. And to find a location near you, you can visit our website at returnit.ca.
You also have Express and Go recycling stations. What are they and how do they differ from the Express Plus locations?
Express and Go are our solar paneled, unstaffed drop-off stations where consumers are still able to benefit from the ease and convenience of Express. They have longer drop-off hours and support a growing need for contactless, innovative recycling infrastructure. Due to their smaller format design, they can be easily placed in high-density urban areas as well as hard-to-service rural areas where siting a traditional depot is really challenging. So it's one of the ways we're making recycling even easier and ensuring we are diverting more and more beverage containers away from landfills and from our natural environment.
That's great and very innovative. I understand Express is also an easy and convenient way for organizations to fundraise and receive donations. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, most definitely. Express is a great way for organizations to fundraise and for consumers to donate their beverage refunds to their preferred fundraising or charitable group. All the organization needs to do is share their phone number connected to the Express account with their donors, who can then use the number to print the bag label, attach the Express bag label, and then drop it off at any Express location. Deposit refunds will then be credited directly to the fundraising organization's online account.
As you know, the BC and Yukon branch of the Kidney Foundation is very excited about the recent launch of our Kidney Cans fundraising initiative, which of course partners with the Return It Express program. So now anyone wanting to support the Kidney Foundation can do so just by recycling their empty bottles and cans at any Express location across BC using the Kidney Cans account.
Yeah, and we're really excited to be able to provide a service like that and support an organization that does the great work that you guys do.
While we're here at this wonderful new Express location, why don't we show our viewers just how easy it is for them to recycle their bottles and cans at any Express location in their community.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. I just happen to have a bag with Kidney Cans recycling right here.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do is enter your account number on the pin pad.
Okay, and the Kidney Cans account number is, it spells kidney cans, but it is 543-639-2267. Press enter. Are you returning containers for a nonprofit? Yes. How many labels do you need? I can do 1 to 6, so I'll just pick 1 and print. That's easy.
And then it's going to print off your label. And then we'll attach it to the bag. And then we just drop it right through the slot.
Awesome. Simple. Alan, thank you. It's been great to have an up-close and personal tour of this Express Plus facility for our viewers to learn more about the Return It Express program and how they can support the Kidney Foundation through Kidney Can's fundraising initiative. Thanks so much for joining us today on Plugged In.
Yeah, it's our pleasure, and thank you for visiting our new Express Plus location, encouraging your members to recycle.
It's easy to be a community hero for the Kidney Foundation just by following these 4 easy steps. First, bring your unsorted beverage containers in a sealed, clear plastic bag to your local Return It Express location. Then, at the designated kiosk, punch in the account number, which spells Kidney Cans, or 543-639-2267. Print your tags and tag your bags and leave them in the designated area. Return It Express will sort, count, and refund your deposit to the Kidney Foundation's BC and Yukon account. It's that easy. You can also request a kidney starter kit at kidneycans@kidney.ca. Tell your friends, and they too can be a community hero.
I want to talk about a few things. I want to talk about the training. If you did the hemodialysis, you were doing it in center in a hospital, but now you're doing your dialysis at home. When you make the decision to do peritoneal dialysis, what kind of training, what kind of support did you get?
For 2 weeks, I had to go to the hospital to get trained for the machine, how the machine is operated. They delivered the machine at home, and I hooked it up, and the machine talks.
Select a program, then touch next.
So everything comes on the screen. It says, if you hook it up wrong, it will correct you. So you look at it, you read the instruction on the machine, and you fix it. And I had no problem at all. I didn't have to call once, and I kept rolling, and only time I called was last night. That's it.
Mine was a little bit different, actually. I had an older machine. So my machine, I actually had a training manual that was given to me, and I went to the hospital and I would have my training at the hospital. I believe it was, I want to say maybe it was about 2 weeks as well, but it was more like every other day I was at the hospital, and I would be set up one-on-one with my PD nurse, and she would teach me on the machine, show me, make sure that I'm able to do everything before I was sent home with the machine. So same thing, proper sanitization, hand sanitization, connecting your tubes together.
All these lines look a little confusing. It looks a little bit like an octopus.
They teach you everything and make sure you're comfortable, and the nurses watch you at the hospital before they send you home, just to make sure that you are capable and you are comfortable doing it. So yeah, my machine did not talk to me. I unfortunately did not have a talking machine.
Put on mask, then disinfect hands.
So when I would have errors, my machine would beep at me, and I would have to do more problem solving and try to figure out what is going on with my machine. It wouldn't tell me. You check patient line or check this tube, it would not tell me. I would have to physically look at all the lines hooked up everywhere and be like, what's going on? So yes, Mom has a newer machine, which I'm happy because I think it's more user friendly and anyone can use it, because it literally tells you step by step what to do, where I had a manual book, old school binder, flip the page, stage 1, okay? Step 2, flip the page. That's how mine was.
How many years ago were you doing PD, Ranita?
2016 to 2017.
Right.
Yeah.
So just a few years later, we just see the changes in the technology, and it becomes more and more user friendly. As you bring the equipment into your home, what sort of adjustments do you need to make in your home? Like, space wise, what are we looking at here?
So I have got a lot of room there. So all the boxes they bring it and put it there, and there's a shelf where I put all the supplies. So everything is just set up there. I put it there. Only thing in my master bedroom is a drawer with the wheels on, all the supplies in there, which I use daily, and a cart where I put 3 days solution supply. So
you need. It sounds like you need a bit of space, but it's certainly manageable. And you mentioned supplies and boxes. So what are we talking here? Like, how often do you get your supplies, and how many boxes are you getting at once?
Last shipment was 43 pieces, and that comes once a month.
So you need a place to store all those boxes too. So you have to factor that in. When you're doing PD and you're doing it at home, were you ever concerned about not being in a hospital environment or not being around other healthcare professionals when you started doing the PD, or was it really just an easy adjustment because of the training and support?
So I would say for anyone, it's actually very, very user friendly. And also I would say there's not much concern because the nurses, before they let you go home, they make sure that you're comfortable. When I was doing dialysis back in 2016, if you were not comfortable, the nurses would come, like they would send a nurse to your house to make sure to see that you're doing everything properly, which I never had to do that. But also, like I was saying, alarms would go off and stuff, which is alarming, and you're scared, like in the middle of the night, your alarm's going off and you got to figure it out. But they always have a number, a 24-hour line that you can always call as well. But yes, you do have to adjust a little bit sometimes because not everyone's house is set up perfectly where you have a bedroom and a washroom right beside each other. I would say yes, you do have to adjust a little bit.
You had to get a bit creative there, Ranita. But it also sounds like there's a lot of support and you don't feel like you're alone on this journey and got a team around you. When we come back, we'll hear about a new digital platform that's really helping to connect kidney patients with their healthcare team.
Let's see, so kidney is these are my grandpa's kidney stones. They're very precious. Kidney is a bone in your back that helps you turn. I don't know, to be honest.
They don't know kidneys are vital, do you? Get the facts at kidney.ca.
With the advancements in technology, I know one of the systems you're using is Sharesource, Sunita. Do you want to just explain a little bit about what that is and how that is working for you?
They send a router with the machine, which they take all the information from your machine. My nurse takes it from there, as well as the head office does that. So they both take the information. What I did tonight, it will come on the machine and they collect it from there. And they watch it, they look at it. What time the machine beeped, what recorded, how much fluid is taken out of me. And everything, it gets recorded, my weight and my pressure. I enter it. And so they look at it, and then my nurse adjusts from her office. And your machine, when you turn it on, it pops up. It tells which one I have to pick, if I'm using 2.5 or one of them is 1.5. So I just pick, and the machine does everything else.
It sounds like, real-time adjustments by your healthcare team. And Ranita, you didn't have Sharesource, so how did all that work for you?
So I had to write everything down manually. So I had a logbook, which I had to record my weight every morning, my blood pressure. At the end of my cycle, it would give me all my information of how much drained out of me, what my fluid was and everything. And I would have to write that down, and then my nurses would call me every week, and I would have to give them my information over the phone. So that's how it worked for me.
And I guess I just want to ask you both about, the role of family, the role of caregivers when you're doing PD at home. How important is that?
My husband is my doctor and nurse. He helps a lot, and he's everything for me. He's my cook, he's my house cleaner, he's my dishwasher, he's my everything. So he's a pretty good support.
Before I was married, obviously I had my parents' support. And then after getting married, I had my husband's support as well. Again, helping with moving supplies, because the boxes are quite heavy. So my husband would move my boxes for me on days that I wasn't feeling too good or I wasn't feeling well. He learned how to do all my dialysis setup for me. So he would make sure that my machine and everything was set up for me before I'd go to bed. So all I'd have to do is plug in and do my dialysis overnight. I had a lot of family support, a lot of friend support. My work environment, my manager was awesome. She actually was very understanding and gave me reduced hours, really helped me. The times that I had to do manual dialysis, I was allowed to go into one of the staff rooms and do dialysis if I had to during work time. Overall, the community, everyone was very, very supportive.
That's a really good point. I mean, all of this is important to along your journey, because you may be doing it at home, but you're certainly not alone in the process. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us today on Plugged In and for sharing some of the considerations that you took to make the important decision to go on peritoneal dialysis.
Yeah, thank you.
Next time, we will look at your first few weeks on dialysis and what this journey has meant for you.
Hello, nice to be here.
Nice to be here.
And then it just led me to think, Deb, because